In the early days of Islam, when the believers were hunted, beaten, and mocked in Mecca, there was a man whose courage lit the darkness. Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, the brother of Imam Ali alayhi salam, and one of the earliest Muslims. When the persecution became unbearable, the Prophet, peace be upon him, chose Ja'far to lead the first migration across the sea to Abyssinia. Before the Christian king, Najashi, the Quraysh tried to slander the Muslims, but Ja'far stood tall, calm, dignified, and recited the verses of Surah Maryam, telling the story of Jesus, son of Mary. Tears flowed from the king's eyes. He said,
"This and what Jesus brought comes from the same light."
Abyssinia became the first safe land for Islam because of Ja'far's wisdom. Years later, Ja'far returned to Medina. The Prophet, peace be upon him, stood up, embraced him with joy, and said,
"I do not know which makes me happier, the victory of Karbala or the return of Ja'far."
But destiny was calling. In the 8th year after Hijrah, an army was sent to the northern borders, to Mut'ah, where the Muslims would face an empire, the Byzantines. In the cold winds of Mut'ah, 3,000 Muslims stood facing an army that seemed to stretch beyond the horizon. Some said 100,000, others 200,000. It was the largest force Islam had ever faced. When the battle burst into fury, Zayd ibn Harith lifted the banner of Islam and charged. He fought with the courage of a man whose heart had already chosen martyrdom. Arrows struck him, again and again, until he collapsed, still holding the banner. Without hesitation, Ja'far ibn Abi Talib leapt forward and seized the banner before it touched the earth. The battlefield roared around him, swords flashing, dust rising, yet Ja'far moved like a lion among shadows. He pressed forward so deeply that the enemy encircled him. A strike severed his right arm. He caught the banner in his left. Another blow took that too. And refusing, absolutely refusing, to let the banner of Islam fall, he held it between his teeth, standing firm even as his body was torn with over 90 wounds, all on his front, none on his back, because Ja'far never turned away. In that moment, the heavens opened. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said,
"I saw Ja'far in paradise, and Allah replaced his arms with 2 wings with which he flies wherever he wishes."